Oat flour brownies are intensely fudgy, rich, and chocolatey, and the best part, aside from their delicious chocolatey flavor, is they only take about 10 minutes to prep. You only have to dirty one bowl, and these are bound to be your new favorite brownie recipe. These brownies are gluten-free, dairy-free, and we're using oat flour as the base to really give these brownies some structure, and it makes for a really fudgy brownie, a crinkly, delicious top, which to me, the crisp crinkle on top with the fudgy middle is a match made in heaven. It is everything you want in a brownie. As always, the entire recipe with all the measurements and instructions is linked down below in the description box. It's on my blog, thetoastedpinenut.com. And without further ado, let's start baking some brownies. For this recipe, you're gonna need some semi-sweet chocolate chips, some coconut sugar, agave nectar. If you prefer, you could sub in honey or maple syrup. We're gonna use 2 eggs plus 1 egg yolk, a splash of vanilla, oat flour, cocoa powder, and some salt. The first thing we're gonna do is we are going to melt our chocolate chips in a large microwave-safe bowl. I stir it every 30 seconds to make sure the chocolate chips don't burn. You could also do this on a double boiler on the stovetop if you don't have a microwave or you just prefer it that way. Once the chocolate is nice and melted, we are going to add in the coconut sugar, the agave nectar, the eggs, and the vanilla. Give it a mix, whisk it up until it is fudgy and chocolatey and completely combined. And then we're going to add in the oat flour, the cocoa powder, and the salt. Whisk it again and incorporate those dry ingredients. Once everything is nice and combined, we're gonna grab an 8x8 square pan, line it with parchment paper. You could also spray it with your favorite cooking spray and pour that batter right in. Smooth it out, make sure everything is in a nice even layer tucked into those corners, and then we're gonna bake it for 25 minutes. After those 25 minutes, allow the brownies to cool for about 10 minutes. Then slide a knife around any edges that are touching the pan, pull up on those parchment paper handles, and place it onto a cutting board. Cut them into 16 squares or 12 or 9, depending how big you want your brownies. This is optional, but I like to finish them off by sprinkling them with some cocoa powder. You could also use powdered sugar, or a drizzle of melted chocolate would be delicious. And then you can enjoy. All right, my friends, there we have it, a beautiful plate of freshly baked brownies. Now we get to do my favorite part, which is eat them. So cheers. How are they so fudgy? Holy cow, these are insane. Grab a cup of milk because you are gonna need it for these intensely fudgy oat flour brownies. I hope you make them. I hope you love them. The entire recipe is linked down below in the description box. You can find it on my blog, thetoastedpinenut.com. And that is it for me today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for baking with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. These are insane. These are insane.